All right, let's get right into it. In trading, there's this tool that's, well, it's incredibly powerful. It promises to take a tiny bit of cash and turn it into a potential fortune. It's called leverage, and it's probably one of the most tempting and most dangerous things you'll ever come across. So what is leverage, really? The easiest way to think about it is just borrowed power. It's something your broker offers you that lets you control a huge amount of money in the market with just a little bit of your own. And this is where you really start to see the insane scale of that power. With 1 to 100 leverage for every single dollar you put up, you get to control $100. I mean, think about that. A trader with just $1,000 in their account can suddenly command a massive $100,000 position. The potential for crazy returns is right there. But, that's only half the story. Because here's the thing about leverage. It's a weapon that swings in both directions. The very same thing that can lead to these incredible gains is also hiding a massive, massive risk. And this is the really crucial detail that so many people just seem to forget. That same multiplier, the one that blows up your profits, it does the exact same thing to your losses. There is no upside without that exact same downside. Look, you don't have to take my word for it. There's a reason everybody in the industry knows this statistic. A huge reason so many traders fail is that they just don't get how to handle the power that leverage gives them. And that brings us to this type of trader you see all the time. The one who acts more like a gambler. They just see the dollar signs, the potential for a quick win, and they just dive right in, completely blind to the consequences. Their big mistake is thinking that just because maximum leverage is offered, it should be used. So they max out everything, and they basically turn what should be a strategic decision into a giant all-or-nothing bet. So let's just watch how this goes down. Our trader, with their $1,000 account, goes all in. They use the full 100x leverage to control that big $100,000 position. And then the market moves, but not by much. Just a tiny 1% move against them. I mean, in any normal investment, a 1% dip is nothing. It's just noise, a totally normal little bump in the road. But for our trader, this is where it all goes wrong. That tiny 1% move, because it's magnified 100 times, becomes 100% loss. The entire account gone, instantly. That's a margin call. And for that trader, it's game over. Okay, so that's the scary part, but it absolutely does not have to end that way. This is where we see the huge difference between a gambler and a professional. The pro has an approach that isn't built for quick wins. It's built to last. It all starts with this quote, which completely flips the script on how you should think. A professional trader's first thought is never about how much they can make. Their first, second, and third thought is always about risk. They don't plan on being right. They have a plan for what happens when they're wrong. And they build this entire defensive strategy around one simple core idea that controls everything they do, the 1% risk rule. And listen, this isn't just some vague guideline, okay? It's a strict mathematical process. A pro will never, ever risk more than 1% of their account on any single trade. They figure out their entry and exit points before they even think about clicking a button. Then they calculate the exact position size that keeps their potential loss at that 1% limit. And then they just follow the plan. No emotion, no guesswork, just the process. So you're probably asking, what does all this have to do with leverage? The answer is absolutely everything. Because when you think this way, when you manage your risk first, you basically neutralize the single biggest danger in trading. And honestly, if you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this. If you are always calculating your position size based on a fixed 1% risk, then the amount of leverage your broker offers you, it just becomes background noise. It doesn't matter anymore. It stops being a temptation and just becomes a simple tool to get the job done. And check this out. This shows you just how powerful that discipline really is. By risking only 1% on each trade, a trader could survive 390 losses in a row. 390. It's not about trying to never lose. It's about making sure that no single loss, or even a really, really long string of them, can ever knock you out of the game. So really, it all boils down to one simple question you have to ask yourself. Are you actually building a disciplined, risk-managed strategy that's designed to survive for the long haul? Or are you just pulling the lever on a slot machine and hoping you get lucky? The choice is always yours.